I tried to carry that banner. Being a DC native, I believe most of the council members are not DC natives, but reality is that we're in a city that's changing every day, so we have to embrace the whole city. So it's a catch-22 as well.
Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that because that brings my other question. We know that the city is changing. Do you see yourself continuing to serve Ward 8?
If my people come out and vote, and I try to become the council member to everybody, because as a leader, I lead the whole 80,000 people, and there are some who support me and some who don't. Part of this time around, I call it bringing people underneath the tent, reaching out to those demographics or people who support other candidates, who don't agree with my policies, who may not know me. And I'm being strategic and intentional about building bridges with everyone, because reality is that my success is intertwined with their success as a leader of our community.
Okay. Some people mention that you only won because the vote was split amongst multiple candidates. What's your response to that?
I see that it's a new narrative they're using to justify bringing ranked choice voting to the district. And the reality is I've won 7 times. So every time I win, it's a new narrative, it's a new reason. Every last candidate that just was in this race, I beat them before. When it was one-on-1, 1-on-3, 1-on-15.
So basically what he's saying, y'all, he the GOAT.
I mean, I try to be humble in it, but I understand the narrative they're trying to do, because there's a lot of money that's being poured into DC, so DC can change the way it is voting to what is now known as ranked choice voting, where people have the opportunity to choose more than one candidate and rank the candidates, which meaning that you can pick the first one you want, but if that doesn't happen, you can pick the second one or the third one. And so they combine to see who get the most votes. And I've historically had plurality and a majority when it comes to elections, and line them up. I mean, I historically had done well in elections with or without money. I ran against a candidate who had, in 2 races combined, $500,000, and I had about $17,000. And I believe that the power is in the people. So I hear those narratives, but it's always something.
I've heard it said, or people refer to you as a Marion Barry protege. And one of the things that Barry was known for was his street level style.
Yeah.
In other words, he was a public service worker who dealt directly with the public. So how do you plan to maintain a balance between that and charting your own course as a leader?
Well, being as though Marion Barry and I were close, I've always been affiliated with Marion Barry. In fact, when he was on the council, I used to sit behind him sometimes while he was in office. I was close to his son, Marion Chris.